What up guys, Chris here, or Mighty Furtado, bringing you yet another Ghost Recon Future Soldier multiplayer gameplay. And we are playing Conflict yet again, which is obviously my main game type that I play. I'm pretty sure it's the main game type everybody plays. When you play Ghost Recon, you don't expect to play, like team deathmatch, domination, kill confirmed, I guess. Because it's not Call of Duty game. Ghost Recon games are purely more multiplayer stream, or wait, they're obviously multiplayer. They're more like tactical, is what I'm trying to say. In this game, even though I'm not really using my microphone, there are like in-game elements that you can use, that you can follow teammates. You can tell them there's a guy here, kill him, and you got two guys flanking. There's a marked guy here and there. And obviously it's a lot more better when you use your microphone and you communicate with your teammates, saying I need backup here, can I get like an ammo box, and stuff like that. And I don't really play with people online as much as I used to before. Back in the day when I was playing Gears of War 1, 2, and 3, I had a team that I would always play with. And we would just destroy shit. We would destroy shit. We would take a shit, we would literally destroy it. But jokes aside, we would just dominate the game, until for a couple matches, and then you got your odd bunch where you had like a whole like MLG pro clan that we would get teamed up against, and we would just obviously get raped because we're not as good as them. But when you're playing as a full stack team with people that you've played before, people that and you can call out where the enemy is, and if you need like backup and stuff like that, you're obviously set to win. But if you're playing a game by yourself, such as I am, but I'm actually playing with that Spacey yet again. I've actually got a couple gameplays with Spacey. But when you're playing, with people you obviously have a more advantage because you're used to playing with them. You know how they play, and you overall communicate better with them. But when you're playing by yourself, obviously you either have to go solo, you gotta go commando. You gotta go solo, and you just have to do what you have to do. You can occasionally get on the microphone and say, yeah, I need help here, there's a guy there, can I get an ammo box here, and I just died. But overall, when you're playing a Ghost Recon game, it's way better playing, with a team, because Ghost Recon games are a lot more tactical than your typical Call of Duty, Battlefield. Yes, I'm going against Battlefield because Battlefield, it's obviously a first-person shooter, but it kind of went mainstream after this whole hoopla with Origin and shit like that. Obviously, they were trying to go for that Call of Duty style for it, and Battlefield 3 is fun and all, but it's not a game that I like playing a lot. Ghost Recon, I have maybe like almost 24 hours in this game, so almost a day basically. Already put into this game. I love it. It's probably one of the best third-person shooters this generation. Obviously Gears of War is another one, and then you have Uncharted as well, and I got raped here. But I did kill the enemy, but I didn't see the guy hiding behind the little hallway there, or the mini short pathway, whatever you want to call it. But other than that, Ghost Recon is probably one of my favorite games of 2012. It did come out in May. It came out, no wait, when did it come out? Did it come out the week prior? Yeah, it came out the week prior to Max Payne 3, I believe, in May. And back in, I believe it was 2009 when they first revealed, or 2010 when they first revealed Tom Clancy's Future Soldier, I immediately got starstruck when I first saw the first gameplay, because I've always wanted kind of like your futuristic, obviously Ghost Recon style game. Obviously, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter was obviously futuristic, but this game just had that feeling. It had that communication feeling when you would play multiplayer, even though it's not really happening to me. But if you were to play multiplayer game, you would have that, that style, be like, I feel like I'm in the boots of like a soldier, and I'm actually communicating well with my team, even though I'm not actually communicating with my team in this gameplay or in any other gameplay. But just when I saw it, I'm like, this is the game where you're gonna have to communicate with your teammates, and you're gonna have to think fast and do different strats and stuff like that. Obviously, if you play professional MLG game battles and different other professional levels or different types of websites you can play on, obviously you're going to be calling out strats. But if you're just playing with a couple buddies, or if you're playing, you know, with a friend or playing by yourself, it isn't bad playing by yourself. Trust me, it's worth it. You're obviously going to have fun. Obviously, if you got good teammates, and the whole gameplay goes according to plan and nothing really bad happens. But, you know, in this video I want to give kind of a further hands-on, further impressions of Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Now, I'm currently rank 23 right now. In this gameplay, I believe I'm almost 20. Maybe I'm 18. But I've been playing the Rifleman class. I believe that's what the class is called. And it's basically your assault class, if you want to compare it to Battlefield. You know, you got the main assault rifle. I'm actually rocking with the ACR with the red dot sight and the kind of holographic sight to it. And I got a bunch of whole other jibber jabber equipment on my gun, which is obviously truly amazing. It is probably one of the best weapons in the game, and I am talking about the ACR 5.8. But yeah, you know, when you're playing with the assault class, such as with I'm doing right now, you just go full on rape. I have yet to try really the scout class much. I'm not really a sniper person. I don't really like sniping, but I've seen what people can do. Trust me, from a hands-on experience, I've gotten raped so many times against snipers. You know, when you're playing the multiplayer, I don't know if you guys have played the campaign of it for Ghost Recon, but there are a couple missions. I think from the second mission forward, you kind of have the cloak ability that you kind of unlocked during the campaign, and basically you have to stay crouched or like remain without moving, and you get that cloak. As you can see, the guy in front of me, he kind of has a cloak. You get that, but that's only for the scout, which is the sniper class. And for me, I can easily see it. But for some people that I've seen, like teammates and other enemies, like they clearly just walk past people that are stealth with the cloak. And I'm thinking to myself, how did you miss that guy? That guy, like, for me, when I'm playing on my 46-inch Samsung TV, I can clearly see them. But I'm thinking, are these people playing like on a 14-inch, like a 10-inch screen TV, and they can't see that cloaked enemy? And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? And I honestly feel like getting on my mic and saying, "You fuck, get that guy over there," and then nothing ends up happening, and I either kill the guy or the guy kills my teammate, which kind of is pretty pointless. But it is what it is. But the other class is Engineer. Is it Engineer? Yes, Engineer is the other class, which is basically your kind of how would I put the Engineer class in this game? I guess you can say it's kind of like your defensive type of class. You basically can have, which is your equipment. You can have these two kind of sensor balls that you can throw. Since I am actually playing as the assault class, I can have the grenade, the flash grenade, the stun grenade, no stun grenade, EMP grenade, and a smoke grenade, which I can throw towards enemies. And obviously the flash and the EMP actually disrupts all their EMP, their electronic devices, so they can't see their UAV, they can't see their ammo that they have, and a bunch of other things. Obviously flash stuns them, nice double kill right here. The flash obviously stuns them, grenade obviously kills them if it lands perfectly, and I think that's it. But when you're playing as the Engineer class, you can have these two little sensor balls. You have two of them that you can throw. Obviously, they're not like the Assault class with the frags that you only have one. You have these two sensor balls that you can throw, and I believe the radius is pretty big. It's a pretty big radius, but once you throw them, it kind of detects if there's any nearby enemies. So it's really good when you're playing as like a full-on team. If you got like 5 people playing with you, or you got like squads of 2, 3 squads of 2, or whatever it is, you know, it's always good to have a couple engineers to throw those sensor balls so they can detect, you know, if there are any enemies nearby, and you can tell, like the assault rifle class, you can throw it, tell the assault rifle class, say, okay, there's nobody there. You can, you know, full-on move on up, and then, you know, try to see if there's anybody else out there, which is really cool. Another stealth kill I get right here, which is pretty. Oh wait, I didn't get the stealth kill. I thought I did, but kind of brutal. But yeah, Engineer class, I've been playing a little bit, not really that much, mainly because I'm not enjoying the guns that they have. When you're playing as Team Ghost, I believe you have the It's a weird name. It's like a gorilla. Is it gorilla? I think it's the SMG. The engineers do use the kind of SMG guns. And then when you're playing as the Team Bodark, which is obviously the Russians, you use the AK-74U, which obviously is one of my favorite guns for Call of Duty 4 and other Call of Duty games that it has been in. But overall, you know, Assault class is obviously my main favorite class that I like using when I play Ghost Recon. No matter what, you know, if fans or subscribers tend to choose, you know, if they want me to spice up the gameplay, sure, you know, 100%. I'll play as a scout, I'll play as a sniper, and make a fool of myself and bring horrendous gameplay. But you know, I'm trying to make some, you know, cool content. I actually just dropped an ammo box for my teammate, which is actually Spacey. Ammo box, which is another cool thing. I'll talk about the Recon or the Scout class in a sec. Ammo box is actually a piece of equipment that you can use when you first start out. And this guy's spinning in place. When you first start out as the Assault class, I believe you have a camera sensor which you can place. It's kind of like the sensor grenades that the engineers throw. You can place it right where you are. So let's say if I'm behind this wall, for example, I can switch to that camera, place it on the ground, and then I can move. Let's say if I want to move back to beside the other side of the garbage can, I can move over there, and it would detect by the UAV at the bottom right hand corner of the screen if there have been any enemies nearby through that radius of the camera, which is really cool. And they're actually coming here to take the objective, which I'm actually going to flank them right about now, and then I shoot them pretty easily. But yeah, it is a camera, but I am using the ammo box now because you do get more experience for it. Obviously, you can't really get experience for just placing the camera, but you can get experience for placing the ammo box and then your teammates resupplying from it, which is really cool. But let me talk about the last thing before I end off this video. You know, if different subscribers, different fans of mine want to see some different gameplay, obviously playing as a scout and playing as the engineer, I'll obviously bring it. Obviously, I'm going to have to rank up a little bit so I can get some good gear and stuff, because right now my scout is only level 0. I don't even think I've played a match with the scout. I have played like 2-3 matches with the engineer class, but with scout I haven't even touched it. You know, it's just not like a class that I want to play. I got this nice kill right here on him. Object defense, enemy kill 150, plus the kill from cover is 400, which I think adds up to 700, I believe. So yeah, you know, scout is not a class I'm going to be playing like full on, but if, you know, subscribers, fans who, you know, want to see something different, yeah, sure, I'll play it, you know, try to make a fool of myself playing as a scout class. And here in the end of the video I actually do get raped pretty bad, but it is what it is. So yeah, if you guys do want to see a different loadout, you know, different weapons, different things, and you are a big fan of Ghost Recon, leave the comment down below, and you know, I'll try to get that gameplay for you guys. Obviously, I'll try to get it to the best of my ability, but it won't be like snap, 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 quick gameplay. You know, I can't get it right away. You know, I do work 12 hours a day, and I have other things to do, but you know, I'll try to get it for my subscribers, you know, trying to make my subscribers happy, and obviously trying to bring you guys bigger and better content for my YouTube channel. But anyways guys, this is going to cut it for the video. We're actually almost done. The last objective that we're placing is actually the EMP blast, I believe. I get a nice headshot right there on that guy. It is the last objective that we have to take, and it ends in 53 seconds? Yes, it does. It ends in 50 seconds, but we do place the last EMP charge, which basically ends it for the game. In the next video, I'll probably be discussing more on hands with the Ghost Recon Future Soldier aspect of the multiplayer, and then I'll also talk about the single player aspect of it as well, because I do enjoy the single player, the campaign of Ghost Recon as well. I believe it's probably one of the craziest campaign out there. Obviously, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but obviously I'll talk about the little things here and there. But anyways guys, this is Chris or Mighty Furtado. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. If you did, thank you so much for, you know, staying tuned and watching this whole 15-minute, I believe 15-minute gameplay of Ghost Recon Future Soldier. And you know, if you did enjoy it, please leave a like. And if you have anything you want to suggest for the gameplay, you want to see something totally different in the gameplay, just leave a comment. Don't be afraid. I'm very nice and I'm very sensitive. Anyways guys, this is Chris or Mighty Furtado. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, stay safe, see you later.